What's up, ATL?
This is Jelani from Cyber Made Simple.
Josh with Catalyst Tech Solutions.
And we're here to present to you Tech Catalyst Summit ATL
2025.
Now this is saying another tech event. We're talking about Atlanta. This is the mixture you've been waiting for. We're talking about starting the new year in the right room with the right people.
Bridging the gap between seasoned executives and Atlanta's new wave of tech talent. This is where ideas will be shared, connections will be forged, and the future will be built.
Now, unlike a lot of other networking events, you might leave feeling a little empty-handed. We've designed a unique, immersive experience to ensure you walk away feeling truly educated and connected. Why did I really get into this? I mean, I've always loved solving complex problems. That's kind of what brought me into cybersecurity. And you know, I think I'm a very community, oriented, focused type of a person. So the real question is always like, how do we, one, enable opportunities for ourselves, but how do we turn around, lifting as we climb some of the organizations that has really had those, community-based impacts for me. I always think about how do I always, bring that forward, right? Like, how do I pay it forward? How do I, ensure that as we continue to elevate and strive for new goals, though my like-minded community around me, who's also striving for the same type of elevation, we're able to really come together and really bridge the gap and talk about, how do we really have an even greater impact than we have today, right? Like, lifting as we climb, together we are strong, divided we are conquered.
Hey, Josh Coffey here, Catalyst Tech Solutions. I am a tech integrator, implementator of SaaS software as a service platforms. ServiceNow is my emphasis. We're breaking into other spaces as well. We can provide, whatever viable product or solution you need. We're here to tailor our approach to you to meet the customer's needs. But I'm in the fintech space, government space, finance, banking, automotive, you name it. Whatever industry, we have a solution for you.
What's up? We here live and direct from Modex Studio, Josh and Jelani.
Come take a look what y'all are getting yourselves into.
Modex Studio, let's take a look. We wouldn't want him to feel like his liquor is getting prime time show, so we could still just feature him at the bar, and then he would have his lounge upstairs. But then we'll also think to do open bar. That's the only other thing.
Yep, open bar is down here. Yeah.
Okay. So they purchase, they get this access.
But then how do you set that apart from the platinum sponsor? Or do we say forget that? The platinum sponsor, you just get one of these, plus you get platinum, a feature, plus your banner. That's what I'm saying. We got to make sure it's clear and differentiated between like we may have stuff on the screen, but then maybe during the networking sessions we're displaying some type of visual.
Yeah. Doral is crazy because one of my homegirls, she was doing a TED talk like the week prior. And then he calls me like, all right, we got to really put this show on. And then I'm like, oh, it's the same spot as the TED talk.
Yeah.
The classroom view. So these just kind of gives you a feel for different views if you use the main studio.
There's so many things to build. Like if we stay in the realm of medical, we could build things for patients, which is always great because we're all patients, right? But patients don't have money. They're not looking to buy anything. It's the doctors that are really driving that business forward. So that's where we chose to hit there. And the doctors are really good at talking to you, understanding your problem and how to fix it, right? How to get to that problem. What they're not great at is remembering exactly what they said to everybody during the whole course of the day, and then writing that down exactly at the end of every day, and then turning, hey, I broke my wrist with a radial fracture, into, oh, that's a T56.58XA. That's a hard job for a doctor. That's a hard job for anybody, but you know what? The computer's really good at it. And we don't want to make an AI that comes in and says, hey, let me diagnose you and really understand you and get to connect with you. That's what the doctor's really strong at. We want to replace their weaknesses. We want to replace their coding, their documentation areas. And as you think about that as a business, if you're a consulting business, if you're working on, what is it that you do really great? Don't think like, first, let's go in and do what I do really great, but let's do it with AI. No, you already do something great. Do what you're bad at. Do what you hate doing. That's what AI.
As we move through the evening, we encourage you to engage deeply, ask bold questions, and connect with new faces. Tonight is about more than just listening. It's about building opportunities for the future. It's about leveraging these connections, these conversations, to truly spark something innovative and exponential for the future. So we're about to get ready into our lineup for the night. Before we do, we're going to play a quick message from our mayor.
Hey everybody, this is Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens. Welcome to the first annual Tech Catalyst Summit. And Atlanta is growing very rapidly in its tech ecosystem, where founders of startups are finding funders here in the city of Atlanta. They're obviously finding talent, they're finding customers, and so things are going very well. Our tech ecosystem is growing. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there with you tonight, but I know that you're going to have an excellent time watching these panels and enjoying the dialogue. So please, continue to lock in and grow this growing tech ecosystem here in the ATL.
Yep. That was a beautiful message from our mayor, pushing forward tech and the ecosystem. As we said, collaboration, innovation, and we want to do this together. As we all have LinkedIns, we're all interconnected. We have a LinkedIn, but are we really linked in? We have a LinkedIn, but are we really linked in? Let's connect and see how we can offer, our services and do this together. See where there's synergy, because we all have goals. We want to strive and do things, but we have to do this together, and for the greater good. So, with that being said, we'll introduce our first speaker. His name is Reginald Matthews. He's a seasoned legal professional with expertise in transactional, intellectual property, and data privacy law.
I think strategy-wise, I think companies should be looking at things from a defense perspective, from an innovation perspective, because think about it, you can make money with it, it can help you defend, it can help you be more productive, and it can help you innovate. I think not looking at all of those, I think would probably be a disservice. Right? I think for individuals, even if you're not in AI, let's say auditing, or it doesn't matter, you could be in finance. I would say everybody should lean into an angle or a way to tap into AI. I think it's not going to go away, right? So I think that's what I would, for 2025, I think people should start leaning in and figuring out what that means for them and how that can enhance whatever it is that they're doing. And if you're an organization, I think it's important and I think it's critical that your programs are where they need to be, identity is where it needs to be, data is good, but then you are also looking at different ways to defend the organization, because like I said, 29 seconds.